This is James Helder for the Cassius and Helder Show here on BoxNation. Quite fortunate enough to be joined by British and WBO European champion Bradley Skeete. How are you, Brad?
What's happening, Jay? All good, mate?
I'm very well, mate. I've got to say, looking in good shape. How's your camp going for the 16th?
Yeah, all great, Jay. The sun's out today, shining, so hopefully it comes up to Cardiff with us so we can enjoy the sun. And yeah, training's gone well, weight's right, everything's good. My last spar's tonight, so yeah, just everything's good, mate.
Who are you got in for your last spar today? Anyone in particular?
Gary Corcoran's coming in tonight, so he's got a good fight on the bill. Obviously, he's in with Liam Williams, which is a great 50-50 fight. So yeah, he's coming in last spar tonight. So yeah, get some good work in.
Is it nice when you've got someone who's on the same sort of card of you, giving it as much as you, it means as much to that same person in their camp as it does to you?
Yeah, definitely. And Frank Greaves, who he works with, he's been my last few fights. He's helped out in the corner with me doing the cuts. So it's nice to have him in camp and know what we're doing and see what we're working on. Just so he knows we're in the corner, as well as Gary, obviously on the bill, and he's near enough ready to go now as well. So yeah, it's good.
You're defending your WBO European title in Cardiff. How much can you tell me with the fight you're going to be in with?
Yeah, I'm made a decision to defend this now. Obviously, I'm ranked number 6 with the WBO, so I'd like to keep them happy and have another successful defence and keep chipping away at that world ranking and hopefully get myself into a spot where the champion will look down and see me there, and maybe a voluntary or something can come up in the near future. But I'm defending against Alexandre Lepoli. He's been around, he's tough, he's given a few good fighters some rounds, so I'm looking to get some good rounds out of him and put on a good show up in Cardiff.
Yeah, I said Lepoli's familiar with a lot of the BoxNation viewers. Obviously, those that follow sort of his career would have seen him in with Michele De Rocco as well. Recently fought Ricky Burns for the Super Championship, so he's mixed at a high level, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been in with Burns too, and he's obviously mixed with ex-world champion Solomon Mbaye. So he's been in with some good level fighters, and like I say, he should take me some rounds, but I'm looking to do a good job on him, so it'd be good to get the stoppage if I can, and then crack on. And then my next 3 fights after that will be defending my British and winning outright.
I know how much it means to you to obviously win that Lonsdale belt, but what would it mean to win it outright and to keep it on the Bradley Skeete mantelpiece forever, mate?
It's what I dreamed of when I started boxing. Obviously, boxing for and winning the British title, and I've done it now. And I'm just 3 defences away, and having that at home and up on the mantelpiece. So I can't wait.
Who do you reckon will be your next defence? Is there a mandatory commitment that you're waiting to see? What's sort of going on at the moment?
Where I was the mandatory, I think I can get a voluntary first. So I know the board's sanctioned Dow Evans and Mike Tao for a final eliminator, so the winner of that fight will then be my mandatory. So after this fight all goes well, I could probably get a voluntary in and then look to fight the winner of that fight, and then that'll be my mandatory sorted, and then another voluntary for the third and final defence. So yeah, that's what should be. If it all goes to plan, that should happen.
I said you're never one phone call away from getting a potential massive mega-changing fight in this game. Speaking of which, I want to talk a little bit about world champion Liam Smith taking on CANELO Alvarez. Absolutely massive fight, and well done to Liam Smith for stepping up and taking such a fight on.
Yeah, big well done to Liam. Like I say, a lot of people is looking past Liam and kind of like belittling as him, but he's going in that fight as the champion. People seem to be forgetting that. He'll be walking to the ring second. He's the main man. He's the champion. So he will be going into that fight, and I know Liam will be training hard. I've sparred with Liam in the past when he won his world title fight. Joe Gallo will get the tactics spot, and he's a great coach. And I wish him all the best, and hopefully he can do a good job on Canelo and keep his title.
What are the tactics when you face someone like CANELO Alvarez? What if you was fighting him, Bradley? What would your tactics be?
I'd leave that to Al. I'd leave that to Al, because I've just been going in there. Me, myself, as a boxer, if I was the world champion going in there, it's that confidence you need to take in as being a world champion, and just that winning mentality which Liam has got. And he ain't back down from this fight. I bet he got the phone call when he jumped at it. he's not umming and ahhing about it and thinking about going other routes. He probably jumped at that opportunity, and like I say, he's the world champion. People forget that he's the champ. Canelo ain't giving him an opportunity. Liam's giving Canelo an opportunity to fight for his world title. So, like I say, Joe Gallagher's a great coach, and I'm sure he'll get great sparring in and have a great camp and do the job.
Obviously, we know Liam Smith is a fantastic fighter, fantastic opportunity in this. Do you think he was right as a champion to go abroad to take such a big fight, or do you think he should have took a lesser fight in the UK? What are your thoughts on that?
Me personally, as a fighter, my dream is to go to Vegas and fight for a world title. But Liam, I can imagine he is a world champion. So for him to be a world champion, going to Vegas, defending his title is something unbelievable. He's great, and like I say, good luck to him. And why not? Obviously, he can have massive fights in his hometown in Liverpool, but it would be every fighter's dream to fight in Vegas, if it is in Vegas, and to defend his world title. So I'm sure he'll have that incentive to bring that world title back home with him, because he's going into the fight as the champion.
Very intriguing fight. Do you think, as well as having the sort of British support, Liam Smith may carry larger support on the fact that what happened with Canelo and Golovkin and that fight not taking place in particular? Do you think that there could be a case that Liam may have overwhelming support from the rest of the sort of boxing nations?
Yeah, and I think it'd take great support over with him anyway. And Canelo's a massive name, man. He's just had a good win against Khan. He's been in some great fights, and he's mixed at like elite level. So I'm sure just hearing Canelo's name will draw people out to go over there and watch it live. If not, get it on BoxNation and watch it on the telly.
What have we learned about Saul Canelo Alvarez over his victories over like the likes of James Kirkland, over his win over Amir Khan? What have we learned about him recently?
Obviously, he's got that punch power. He carries that punch power. But then you got to look at the negatives. Look at how Mayweather dealt with him and took everything away he had, being a defensive fighter he is. I know obviously Liam isn't the same style as fighter as Mayweather, but it just shows that certain styles are made for fights, and if Liam can get the tactics right and go in there and do the job on him, he'll be coming home with his world title.
Are you worried about when you go to fight in Vegas, people obviously going to mistake you for Vaines the Nightmare Matrosian? Has that thought crossed your mind yet, Brad?
No, it'd be good if they do, because he's known out there. He's boxed out there a few times, and he's got some good wins. So, well, yeah, every time he fights out there, he puts up a wicked fight. And yeah, if they do mistake me for him, I'd take that. It can't be a bad thing.
Do you get a few messages when Vaines fights, people sort of wishing you luck on that?
Yeah, I think you was the one who started it, Jay. You started it, and it's just had that domino effect. Whenever he fights, and now and then I get people saying, "Oh, like Bradley Skeete looks like Vaines," and rare. I'm sure Vaines gets it the same though. People over there say, "Oh, you look like Bradley Skeete."
Said it's a real exciting card on the 16th, as well as yourself in action. Jazza Dickens taking on Guillermo RigondeauX. Massive fight and massive chance for Jazza. What are your thoughts on that fight?
And another thing, Jazza, he's got a massive heart, and he's a fighting person, and he took the fight with RigondeauX before, and it wasn't for a world title. So for that to fall through, and for now he's fighting RigondeauX again, and he stepped up again, but now it's for the world title. They say things happen for a reason. You never know. Stranger things happen. He could go out there and he could cause an upset. Imagine that if he done that.
Do you think the bookies are right in making Guillermo RigondeauX such a big favourite, or do you think Jazza Dickens he is in this fight? On paper, how do you see it?
Most definitely, RigondeauX can't look past him. He's one of the best pound for pound out there. He's got a great style of boxing. His boxing brain is second to none. But it's a fight at the end of the day, and anything can happen. I'm sure Jazz has been grafting and training hard, and like I say, he's got a massive heart, and he's a fighting person, and he'll be going in that ring to win. And he ain't just going there for a payday and to roll over. He'll be going in there to get that win, and I wish him all the best and hope he can pull it off. It'd be great if he does.
How much respect have you got for Jazza Dickens? Like he said he's in this game, quote, to win world titles. It doesn't matter to him, regardless of who he's fighting or whatever the case may be. He would have took any fight to win a world title. And do you have to respect a fellow boxer for that attitude?
Definitely, and his respect has gone through the roof already just for taking the fight. But he's a week away now from from actually getting in there with Rigondeaux, one of the best pound-for-pound best fighters in there. If he was to win, what a name to do it! What a name to win that world title, picking it up from one of the best pound-for-pound out there. If you was to go and win the world title, you'd do it properly and do it that way.
Coming back on yourself, you're out again, as we said, on the 16th. Fantastic support we've seen when you fought in London. Are you hoping to carry the Penge Army over to Cardiff? Is that something that you've been actively sort of working toward?
Yeah, hopefully. I've got a good few lot going up there. I took loads of support up to Birmingham with me when I went to Birmingham, so I'm sure they'll travel up to Wales and see me in action in Cardiff. I know one of my good friends, Pete, he's got a minibus coming up. He's all sorted out a minibus, so yeah, roll on the good times. Pete's Tours is coming up to Cardiff.
Do you like the moniker, the Penge Punch Picker? Is that something that's got a little ring to it, and will you use that now in future?
No, I think Patterson's called the Punch Picker, ain't he? So I don't think I'll be using that one, but it's a good ring to it. I stick with Super. That suits me more.
I can't take the credit for that one, but we do appreciate you talking to the Cassis and Handhelder show. It's great to get you back on, mate, and we look forward to an action-packed show in Cardiff on the 16th. Thank you very much, Bradley.
No worries, Jay. If I stand out in the sun a bit longer, you might not recognise me up in Cardiff. I'll be a bit darker.
I want to get a bit of factor 2 on that head, Brad, you know what I mean? You're taking chances out here.
Telling me. Nice one, Jay.